If you've watched my other videos, you know that I absolutely love food and that the Triangle region of North Carolina is a hotbed of great cuisine. But right up there with food, I also love coffee, which I attribute to my 15 years living in New York. So today, I'm going to introduce you to some of my favorite coffee shops all around the Triangle region. So whether you're in Clayton or Fuquay or Chapel Hill, you can grab a quick afternoon pick-me-up. But before diving in, my name is Matt Martin, and I'm a Raleigh-based realtor. I've helped tons of clients, just like you, relocate to the Triangle area of North Carolina, and if you're looking to do the same, I'd love to help you too. All right, y'all, as I sat down to write this list, I was reminded just how many cities and towns make up the Triangle, so of course I'm not going to be able to give you an exhaustive list. And if I miss your favorite local spot, be sure to drop it in the comments below, and I'll make sure to check it out next time I'm in the area. So let's start in the southeasternmost part of the Triangle, Clayton, and take a counterclockwise trip around the Triangle. Then we'll finish things up with Raleigh. My absolute favorite coffee shop in Clayton is downtown along Main Street, and it's called Boulevard West. This place is always buzzing with people working on their laptops throughout the day. It serves up some great coffee, and if you're craving something sweet, the other half of the store is home to Bernie's Sweets, where you can find donuts, cookies, croissants, and a slew of other pastries that'll more than scratch that itch. Heading east of downtown Clayton towards the Flowers area, you'll find Boba Beans Bistro. As the name implies, this place serves up bubble tea, but it also has great coffee and surprisingly good paninis. Making our way north of Clayton, the next stop is Wendell, where I have a few recommendations. If you're in Wendell Falls, there's no better option than Sonder. This is located in the new Treelight Square section of Wendell Falls, and it has a very Scandinavian vibe with its clean lines and modern interior. Of course, the coffee is great. Everything on this list is gonna have great coffee, but their food is also really amazing. From the muffins to the melty breakfast toasts, you really can't go wrong with anything on the menu. If you're in downtown Wendell, be sure to check out Parallax. And if you don't believe me, just check out their 4.9 rating with nearly 150 reviews on Google. The interior is super cool with its black and white checkered floors, exposed beam ceiling, and retro curved bar. And some of the pastries make me want to hop in my car and drive 20 minutes just to dig in. Continuing this tour north, we're going to hit Wake Forest. Now, there are tons of coffee shops around Wake Forest, but if you're downtown along South White Street, I love Wake Forest Coffee Company. They always make a reliably good cup of joe, and the outdoor seating is great for people watching or soaking up a little bit of sun. I really like downtown Wake Forest with its brick-clad buildings and cute shops, and it's also home to one of the oldest restaurants in the Triangle, Shorty's Famous Hot Dogs. So if you're a fan of hot dogs, this is a must-try. From Wake Forest, we'll head west over into Durham. Now, Durham is the fourth largest city in North Carolina, so of course there's a ton of coffee shops here to choose from. But one of the most unique on this entire list is Gugelhof, which is part restaurant, part bakery, part coffee shop. The setting is super unique, nestled amongst the trees with one of the coolest outdoor patios there is. But don't sleep on the inside decor either, with its wood-clad ceiling and hanging paper lanterns galore. And thankfully, the German-inspired food and delicious coffee live up to the unique ambiance, so you're sure to be in for a good meal or caffeine pick-me-up. Speaking of super unique settings, let's head all the way west to Chapel Hill, where you'll find truly the most unique coffee shop I've ever been to. Cafe Dryad. This place is literally built into the forest with patios scattered amidst gardens and trees, stone paths, and overlook points to take in the canopy of trees. Here, you'll find people who have come with their favorite book for a relaxing afternoon, or hikers who are taking a quick pit stop from the Bowling Creek Trail that runs right behind the coffee shop. You truly can't get more nestled into nature. One word of warning though, The line here can get pretty long, so you may want to order online ahead of time to avoid the wait. If you're looking for a more traditional spot, Perennial along Franklin Street in downtown Chapel Hill is super cute with its exposed brick walls and black and white penny tile floors. And if you find yourself in southern Chapel Hill, down near Briar Chapel, I love Breakaway Cafe, not only for the coffee, but for its farm-to-table vibe and great food. Literally everything I've had here, from the breakfast burrito to the quiche, has been delicious. Heading back east, let's make our way to downtown Apex, where you have to check out Common Grounds. This place serves up some of my favorite tasting coffee and also has a really cool vibe. First off, it's in the historic Tobacco and Mule Exchange building from 1917, which features a bunch of cool shops and restaurants. And then the interior is very arts and craftsy, with a mix of knickknacks for sale, from mugs to cuckoo clocks to hanging mobiles. It's fun and unique, and I love grabbing a coffee here, sitting outside along South Salem Street, and taking in some people watching in downtown Apex. Speaking of downtowns, let's head over into Cary, where you'll find my favorite coffee shop, Esteemed. This place has it all. It's perfectly located right in downtown Cary along Academy Street, so it's a great place to stop for a coffee before checking out the incredible 7-acre downtown Cary park nearby. It has great coffee, and they have an incredible business model. According to their website, Esteemed is, quote, a community on a mission to lower the 70+% unemployment rate for people with disabilities by creating meaningful job opportunities for people with intellectual, developmental, communication, and/or visual impairments in a warm, supportive environment. Anytime I meet clients in Cary, it's always at Esteemed, and everyone loves it. All right, let's veer south and head to Fuquay-Varina, where you'll find Cultivate. Now, Fuquay-Varina used to be two cities, so it actually has two downtowns, Fuquay and Varina, that are just about a mile apart along Main Street. Cultivate is located just off Main Street in the Fuquay downtown, and I was so impressed the first time I went there. You're greeted by a nice outdoor patio, and the interior is somewhere you want to bring your laptop for a day of getting stuff done. All right, we're almost to Raleigh, but first we're gonna stop in downtown Garner at Full Bloom. Now, downtown Garner is teeny tiny, but they've done a great job restoring the buildings and making it really cute. And one building that really stands out is Full Bloom, with its plum and almost pink painted brick exterior and full-blown mural along the side. You can't miss it. Of course, you know you're gonna find great coffee inside, but the food is also yummy. And there's an upstairs with tables, couches, and bar seating if you're looking to spread out a little more. Anytime I'm near downtown Garner, I make sure to pop in here. All right, folks, we're nearing the end with just one more stop, and that's Raleigh. Now, since I live in Raleigh, this is where I get the bulk of my caffeine fixes, so I've got a lot of favorites here. I'll dive into my top 3, but then list out a few honorable mentions as well. First up, there's Jubala, which has 3 locations around Raleigh, one in North Hills, one in Lafayette Village in North Raleigh, and one on Hillsborough Street near NC State. What I love about Jubala is that they make their own syrups. So your pumpkin spice is going to taste extra spicy, and the chai is delicious as well. All their locations have outdoor seating, so you can enjoy that homemade seasonal drink while taking in some sun. Next up, there's another Raleigh chain that's made quite a name for itself, and that's The Optimist. It currently has 2 locations, one near Oakwood Dog Park and the other near Crabtree Mall, but a third will be opening soon in the new Innovation District in North Hills. The Optimist is a walking tongue-in-cheek play on the overly positive sounding name. You'll find skeletons on the walls and Wi-Fi passwords like, "This place sucks." They also have one of their worst Google reviews plastered on a sign outside their Oakwood location, but don't let these things fool you. The coffee here is great, and the breakfast sandwiches are some of the best in town. But don't take my word for it. Just stop by and you'll see that every table is usually taken. All right, I saved my absolute favorite coffee shop for last, and that's Pine State. This small little cafe shares a space with a running store that's nestled between an auto repair shop and a brewery, so it's no surprise that not a ton of people know of it. But if you're in the know, you'll know that their in-house roasted beans make some of the best coffee in the Triangle, and the people who work here are some of the best as well. There's always a great vibe walking in here. It's super laid back and everyone's friendly and knows each other. Plus, there's a huge outdoor patio and they have beer on draft. What more could you want? So those are my top 3 favorites, but there are lots of honorable mentions. Idle Hour has a great vibe and some of the most intricate pastries I've ever seen. 42 in Lawrence is the perfect stop-in if you work downtown and need a quick pick-me-up. And the owner is super friendly and usually running the cash register. Blackbird's Books and Coffee is nestled in a bookshop along the cobblestone streets of City Market. Little Native lives up to its name as being a small standalone cafe with a great outdoor patio. Iris Cafe has some of the most innovative drinks I've ever tasted, and they ship their bagels in from New York City. And Sir Walter is a Raleigh staple that you've got to check out. So that's a rundown of some of my favorite coffee shops around the Triangle. I'm sure I missed some, so please drop me a note in the comments below so I can check out some new spots. And if you're ready to come see what makes the Triangle region so great, or to kick off your house hunt here, I'd love to be your guide. You can reach me by phone, email, or text, and you can find all my information in the link below, or by scanning this QR code right here with your phone. And if you liked this video, I have a whole catalog of others all about moving to, living in, and buying real estate in and around Raleigh, North Carolina. Here's another one here that you might like, so give it a click to keep on watching.